Honestly, I should have prepared something already, but I don't. It's like coming back to like streaming like without having anything prepared. Anyways, let me pull up this. I don't need this. I can open this one. And let me which screen can I use? I guess this one should be fine. So this is basically the datapad that I use for um what's it called? Somber Mysteries. I don't really have any proper work doc for it. So yeah, this is episode one. Honestly, I don't really have anything in a sense set up for it. I should have streamed this yesterday, but I was honestly really sick, so I didn't really have um really much to work on. Let me see if I can find something real quick. It's a free copyright background music. Because honestly, I think normally when it comes to like writing, it's a little bit more easy to have something on the background. Um, if it is, I'm not really looking for the idiom. You know what? I'm gonna be searching this just for fancy. Break copyright. Show me some background. Show me some music. This is gonna be either a really, really bad idea or a really, really, really fun topic. So let's see. Ooh, I like that. I really like the choices on that, but you know what? Let's go with. Ooh, sorry. Thank you. I didn't need to check a trailer for the new Pro Badlands. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Right for music, background for music. Or is it Lofi better? I honestly never tried Lofi. I'm so good at copywriting. Configuration.
Compliments of the chef.
Thank you, Geico. I didn't need you for today. Honestly, no. Maybe it's just me not having a proper understanding of lofi music. Oh, I like the piano. It's actually kind of soothing. Oddly soothing. Okay, let's see. Episode 3. Normally, what I like to do is copy the first part of the first episode because it's honestly really really easy. And same thing for the last part because it doesn't really make any what's it called difference when it comes down to the beginning part and the middle part and the ending part. Mainly because I mean again, there is not really that much difference. Um, For this one, I'm a little bit debating what exactly I want to go for. Because last stream for this, I was talking about witches, right? Because back on where I used to live in Mexico, we used to have this aspect of there used to be this urban legend at my home place, my hometown, sorry, where allegedly there was a witch living inside a well. So I was thinking maybe trying that, but I also have a different idea that I would want to try. That I'm not really going to give into details, at least not yet, mainly because I want to see how exactly I want to pull that one off. I'm still trying to figure out the story on that. Um, so let's do the ready booth. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in. What's up? How's I want to say your night, your morning. Um, so question is, what can I go for? What's a good name? Is evening? Oh, hopefully your evening is going well. How about you? It's like 4 in the morning. No, I should have streamed earlier, but like I arrived home like really sore from work. So I was like, let me take a shower, and I used to spend there for a good minute, and I decided to play Delta Force for a while, and then I'm just was like, oh, you know what? I feel better from yesterday. Let me just stream a little bit, just for Somber Mysteries. So it's night, and it's going. Sorry for the explanation. Really like to jab. I guess that's what people call it nowadays. Um, so actually, I know I know what a name. Let's go with a female now this time. Hello, Nikki. Can you hear me? Uh, uh, how can I? How did I want to play this one off? I literally had idea when I was going to my work what I exactly wanted to do, but since I didn't write it down, I'm literally sitting here trying to figure it out. What is the coding? It's not coding. So if you haven't seen it yet, um, myself at least, I'm currently working on a. It's kind of like a personal project on that I decided to create called Somber Mysteries. Somber Mysteries is basically a I want to call it like a radio host type of show, um, where essentially each story is going to be its own self-contained story. Like episode one was about it go somebody who went to a new what's the word I'm looking for? A new apartment. No, went moved to a new apartment, and his whole thing is like, oh, I have a hunting ghost, and so he found himself being haunted by like a little kid who, you know, who doesn't who lives like yeah, I see after some mean well reason it's totally fine. Um, episode two was what's episode two? Shoot, I'm forgetting. um, episode two was oh yeah about the well, which essentially involves like the aspect of oh no, I found a lot of scratches in my place. I don't know what's going on in this place. Somehow the bunch of fans just comes out. And for this episode, I'm still debating what exactly I want to do with it. Mainly because I'm debating if I want to go for like a witch type of story, or do I want to go for something else. This is kind of like a mini series that I decided to create myself, mainly just to see how good I can be at writing, how much I can improve, and also like in a sense of voice acting. Um, Even though I'm pretty horrible. um, so yeah. So you're listening to the voice of the I'm your host Revoen, and today we're we have an interesting caller to say that she had been dealing with interesting circumstances. Hello, Nikki, can you hear me? Oh, I think I have I remember I have a vague memory on this. Um, because the aspect that I think I mentioned it last time. The aspect that I have for this type of stories is that it doesn't really have a specific timeline. It can just happen at any given moment. Um, so for this episode, I want to jump back to like early stages on the phone. So something like those radial phones, I think that's what I call, where you essentially have to like turn that for the number to in order to like make a phone call. Um, okay, hello. How you get this number? Hello, okay. Yeah. You got this number and who you might be. So the reason why I have a sub radio booth is mainly for myself, and this is a little bit of a, um, I want a little bit of lore. When I was in college, um, before I dropped out, I used to be part of a radio station, um, and I kind of have a knowledge a little bit on certain things, but I kind of just decided to like expand on this. That was like years back, and a friend of mine, which I keep saying I stole the idea. A friend of mine had this idea of having a show on YouTube, where essentially it was like those old school radio shows, like back on the 1950s, 40s maybe, where everything was like produced through radio shows rather than TV shows. So my thought was like, I can probably do that. Anime style? No, I wish, but no. The something that I can probably say sort of inspired me a little bit is something like Junji Ito. Um, Mainly because Junji Ito's like writing style is not like a continuation of the stories. It's just like one-offs. So like the main um the main protagonist or the main character, if you want to put in a certain way, is the radio specifically or the radio booth, because that's a recurrent character. Well, like let's say in this circumstance, Nikki or the one before John are just like one-off characters. Um, yeah. If you haven't checked them out, I probably recommend it. Just you can share your thoughts later on a different day. Um, I tend to work on this normally on Sundays, but again, I was a bit sick yesterday, so well, I'm still sick, but not as sick as I was. Um, so, hello, you got this number. I who you might be. Uh, I don't know why I get bothered by this. It's slightly bothered. Very good. Eat more ice cream. No, thank you. I gotta work. I gotta pay bills and whatnot. Uh, hello, how you got this number? Who you might be? Actually, I use some doctor. Are you the one who's supposed to help my husband? But I gotta admit, not every single story is gonna be like horror theme. I wanna give a little bit of more sense of individuality when it comes to like each story is, if that makes sense. So help my husband. Doctor. A doctor? No. Um, let's say this is gonna be. Is it cold there? It is. I think it's about. Let me check it. Currently, it's about 55. I think it's Fahrenheit. If not Celsius, I believe it's Fahrenheit. I'm watching the stream. I study well. Yeah. Oh, what are you studying? If you don't mind me asking. Okay. Um, who needs a doctor? Who needs a doctor? Unless, actually, I feel like that maybe I read too much. Because I was going to be adding like, who needs a doctor in this plague? How dare you? Like something along those lines, but I don't know how smart of that would be in the thing. Who needs a doctor? You have your doctor. Who needs a doctor when you have your overlords? I was also thinking to start a YouTube in Delta Force Mobile. I mean, if you want to do it, it's up to you. There's not an exact time to make content. Like you can just create it at any moment you want. But the thing that the aspect that makes it different is how much time you're going to be putting on it. Because you can probably put a bunch of hours and get nothing, or you can put a few amount of hours and it still get more than anything. Yeah, for us, it's just mainly about timing and how you get your audience. Like for me, like I can comfortably say that due to the fact that I'm working, don't feel like the need to find a like an audience per se. Like I can just do this for fun because I got a job. I'm happy with my job, right? If I find a job that can pay me more while doing something that I do as a hobby, that's great. I'm not gonna say no. But I think I have mentioned this before. But even if I somehow manage to like get money out of YouTube, I'm still going to be doing jobs. Like I have find labor works or labor jobs are quite enjoyable, and I feel restless when I am not like doing physical work. It's kind of weird. When is it? The spice on. If you don't mind, can I know your age? that's something I kind of want to keep quiet. Like, there's a few things when it comes to like personal details, I kind of want to keep quiet about. Mainly because I'm pretty sure you saw what happened last time when you came into the stream when I was playing Delta Force. You saw what the other person was asking. Let's go with 20 plus. Yeah, that's good. You may say I'm an old man. I still need McCain. This is a joke that some of the guys at work and I make because most of them are like early 20s, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm reaching an age where I can just make jokes. That's just me though, Everybody's different. When you have your overlords, actually overlords is not. I understand. When you have the gods from hell that can help you in exchange for a prize. Okay. Who needs a doctor? Actually, I should probably just place this on behind it rather than on the front. A doctor? Who needs a doctor when you have a doctor? Who needs a doctor when you have the gods from hell that can help you in exchange for a prize? For a prize. Are you mocking us? Great, my grandma is bad. Okay, do you work? I come back after a few minutes later. Yeah, that's fine. Take your time, honestly. Something that I always say, regardless of the circumstances, is prioritize yourself. Complete the story and read it all. I normally tend to like uploading videos, but if you're interested on like the process behind it, like behind the scenes, I tend to stream like I started streaming after episode 2 mainly because I keep procrastinating things. So yeah. So you're welcome to check the process. There's no issues with me. And doctors. Who needs a doctor when you have the gods from hell that can help you in exchange for a prize? Are you mocking us? Mm, Actually, let me add, instead of a mocking tone here, let's change that to hand slam, table slam. Not on the table. Hand on table slam. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think if I don't know if it picks up on the mic, but like something like that. But a little more like louder, more like angrier. Uh, Hopefully I can find that. In exchange for a prize, are you mocking us? Who said that demons? Actually, no, let's leave it at that. Let's sigh. Forget about it. Forget about it. Let's just get into the story. Story. before I say something unnecessary. How can I do that last time? Okay, I added Johnston. Because number, actually no. Because if actually, how would that work now that I think about it? Because the way that I'm thinking about in terms of storytelling is, let's say, like something in the 1900s, 1950s, maybe 40s. I want to say 1800s. Is maybe 1920s might be a little bit better. Um, but back then, the hospital might be available by then. How you get this number? Mm, how about if I remove this part? Because it to me doesn't make sense. Like that, how you get this number? It just doesn't make sense. Because let's hypothetically speaking, saying that she's gonna call, like she's expecting that call. So, hello, who you might be? Are you perhaps actually the doctor? That's what I'm thinking. You're the one who's supposed to help my husband. Before I say something unnecessary. And then we jump into a story. Okay. Blind. Yes. Nah. What could be a good story? Actually, let me get my facts together. That way I don't have this wrong. When was the first phone created? 1876. Okay, so I wasn't technically wrong. So let's say from the 1890s. Actually, this might be better than anticipated. Because this is what I imagine. Okay, cool. That's honestly really helpful. Story. Let's just get into a story before I say something unnecessary. Back in the 1800s, in the 1890s, 1990s. Actually, no. I don't want to use a doctor. Because if I use a doctor, it wouldn't really make sense. So let's go with a priest. Are you mocking us? Back in the 1880s. What would be a good thing? Because the whole story that I have planned out is I'm probably just gonna hold on the idea of the witch story. And I realized this one. Hopefully I'm not hearing any like copyrighted music. Because that'll be really embarrassing. Okay, cool. No issues, no issues. Back in the 1890s. Priests were more prevalent. I don't really need to go to the whole thing, do I? Because if I say back in the 1890s, it kind of gives the impression that it's not. Actually, no. I think that's the better approach. Because it doesn't follow a timeline. Nikki had a husband. Nikki had the ability. Let's see, ghosts. Unlike modern era, it was hard to catch a glimpse of them. I kind of don't like this. I don't really need to add too much detail on the aspect of the comparison in the modern era. At least I like to think that's the case. Nika had the ability to see ghosts. Her unique is had the unique. To see ghosts. One may hear one kind? No. In the 1890s, Nikki had a unique ability to see ghosts. One may hear different. No. Actually, no, I don't think it's a good idea. Like, my thought process for this episode was, oh, let's make this a like sort of wholesome type of story where nobody essentially, gets haunted. That's my thought process, but I can't figure it out how exactly to pull it off. Really? Because sorry for yawning. I don't have the knowledge to make something that is well written in a way that can end in a positive note. Because the thought process that I have in terms of points is, and this is the ones, no, this is the ones that I've been thinking about, is whoever dies essentially gets either sent to hell or heaven, whatever, right? Well, I shouldn't have to say whatever, either hell or heaven. For this episode, it essentially get the person who passed away uh, gets sent to heaven, and the the Revoen, or the host, I should say, um, he gets essentially frustrated. But the thing about it is that I don't really know how to arrange it in order to make it sound like what's it called? He is being he's been, yeah, he's been sent probably to heaven. So mm, I have to think this a little bit more thoroughly. Oh, well, that's like 1990s. Sneaky has the unique ability to see ghosts. Uh, Something to make her special. No. Mm. Or I can also take the route of witchcraft. In a sense, my understanding, I could be wrong about witchcraft, is that essentially whoever is a witch sells their soul to a demon, and from that point they can essentially, actually, it might be a little bit more useful. But the question is, how exactly? Actually, let's scratch all this. I have a very bad idea. Hello, Nick. Uh, let's cut it halfway. Oh wait, never mind. Oh wait, this guess this color, the color of this wig has no cellular vein antenna. In fact, she has no phone. In fact, the period she is from phones hasn't been created. She originated. In fact, phones. That's what I'm thinking. Phones haven't been created in her time period. Hello. So let's take a look from our trusty animal. I shouldn't say animal. Trusty observer. That's what I'm thinking. of story sounds better. Look at my kid parent. Mama. Look at my kid parent. It's full of energy. Vital energy. And it's going to help me. What should I say? Poison, no. Steal the life essence. Life essence. Those more of the mortals. The sick to burn. My sisters. I want to say like you will laugh. I'll think about something else once I get to that point. Witch. A witch? Are you kidding me? Dude, who is... are you kidding me? Who owns this disappointment? And let's say race boys. Race boys out of anger. Who owns this disappointment? What demon decided to step in my territory? You know what, let's say what pathetic demon. Because the way that I envision this, this host, this raper is somebody who's arrogant, full of themselves. Let's go to here actually. But that them. Would it be growl? No, it's like frustration. Forget it. Let's just get the story. I hope. Wherever is it go? The contract. Never see them. Actually, no. Just get the story before 6. Something I regret. Before I infuriate someone. Infuriate. I thought I'd spell that. Cool. Back on the 1890s, Nikki. Let's say 1800s. Now that I have a little bit more leeway. Back in the 1900s, witches were really prominent. Back in the 1800s, witches were seen more often. Were among normal people. And had witches were among normal people. Um, help. Let's say help. And people. And I'm going. Let's say it loosely. Actually, no. Because that sounds more of a. Actually, maybe. Because normally, the way that I see the stories being redacted is from the perspective of somebody. Like episode 1 and 2 were told from the perspective of whoever handled those characters. So, for example, episode 1 had Dawn. We see the perspective of Dawn, which she was honestly written. Episode 2, we have the perspective of John, based on how everything went. But in their circumstances, it's going to be different. Because from this point of view, it's going to be from the radio host rather than Nikki herself. Mainly because on that aspect that she's a witch, and the radio host isn't too happy on that aspect that Nikki is a witch and she's contracted with a demon. And help the people and say it loosely, due to the fact that the help wasn't helping. Actually, no, because the way that it is turning more is like like in a personal level. Like this is what it's supposed to be, but it's not what it's supposed to be. Actually, we're among normal people, and back in the 1800s, witches were among normal people, and utilize their abilities. Abilities in order to what? To still the essence, the life essence, still life essence, humans from regular people. Yeah, from humans basically. In order to keep them so young. Young. That's something that they never spoke. They never mentioned. Is but something they never mention is the not the comparison, but something that they mention is that they also still the human souls. Still humans. Human souls. And still human soul. So I want to say worship, but that's not the word I'm looking for. For their, I want to say deity might be the word, but I don't think that's the word. Um, yeah, they for their contractor. Mickey. What's well known? Is I believe they're color helpless. Well known herbalist. Let's call her a shaman. Because I believe shamans were really prominent on the days. I could be wrong on that one. That allegedly help others to pass peacefully. I feel like this one's it's not going to be real great then. What's the gem on the lady? Help all those spots peacefully. But in reality, uh, in reality, it was she was sending the soul sign. She was stealing the souls of the disease. To her. I don't like how it sounds. It doesn't sound like something that's like terrifying or like scary at all. I'll probably have to rethink about this one, honestly. What time is it about? It's about 4:46. I'm probably gonna go to bed. It's almost 5 in the morning, and I do gotta get up early. I'll try to stream early tomorrow for Dark Souls 3. I just gotta buy the game, and I'll be set for the day. And yeah. But for this, I really gotta figure out what exactly I want to do with it before I start writing it, because I feel like that's gonna be a big issue on how the story is gonna progress. Because in terms of the radio boost, I have an idea how I want to play it off. In terms of the stories, is a different story, because I feel like the reboot is a major plot point. Well, the stories that comes along is like a subplot. That's I guess the best way I can describe it. The best way I can, or the best reference I can use is uh, what's the name of it? It was a radio something. I just don't remember the name. Let me look it up real quick before I end the stream. It was radio or Monday. BTS radio, that's what I'm thinking. In a way that each chapter is supposed to be its own like story, but in reality, like the order of PTSD radio is essentially that it takes each chapter takes place in a different point of the story instead of having a consistent okay, wasn't expecting this. I saw this. Let me see if I can pull it off. Which I think is kind of funny. Can I use? Yeah. So that's like the screenshot that I took. The thing that I find interesting is the aspect that's highlighted in blue. I never seen that in a description for a manga, but this is like the reference that I was referring to. That it doesn't really have a proper continuity. Like the overall story is actually has a continuation. It's just like each chapter is a different point of the story. But for in this circumstance is just a bunch of different stories. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it off. It's almost 5. I need to go to bed. And yeah. Anyways, I do want to say thank you to Nico. I don't really think I can read the I want to hit a gun on that. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys have a great, wonderful night. I'll be streaming. Knock on wood. Um, Dark Souls 3 tomorrow, and yeah, and hopefully, and I really mean hopefully, the game doesn't crash, cause that's going to be a really, really big bummer, in my opinion, and it's going to be really, really frustrating. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.